So you and I talked about doing some work out in the yard, cleaning the yard out, right?
Yeah, I'm out in the garden because that's what I like to work on here.
And we talked about, like especially out front where everybody's looking and seeing stuff and all that, right?
Well, yeah, it's and you wanted to do rocks or something, but I really thought I'd like mulch better.
So you really like the mulch part of it.
Well, yeah, I just would like to be able to get some mulch.
Well, there's kind of an interesting thing I ran into. I get my AARP
Okay,
meeting, my
and I
magazine, and they talk about 99 ways to save money. And one of the things I read in it is one that's called get, let me read it again.
Get, chip, drop.
Where they will go to local arborists and figure out people that trim trees that have excess amount of mulch. They will drop it at your house free of charge. It's really cool.
oh, okay. So this is something we can sign up for.
Well, I think I already signed up for it, so it's good to go. I don't know when it'll come, but I'm
It
sure
doesn't
it's.
give you any warning about when it might be coming, or do they give you a heads up?
No, they don't. I don't know why, but they don't. But these are arborists who are cutting down trees, I guess, when they have a sample to drop off, they have it to drop off, I guess.
Okay, and where are they going to drop it?
Well, I told them to drop it in the driveway.
Okay, so hopefully we're here when it comes, or
Yeah, me too. But we can spread it around. We can take out that old mulch and put new one in, so we have fresh mulch up there and all that good stuff. And before you know it, our house will be beautiful.
so so you signed up for this yesterday,
Yeah. And it's
and
probably gonna take weeks to really. Oh, uh-oh.
no, it's not going to take weeks. It's here.
Oh
We
my
have mulch,
gosh.
and it's July, and it's hot, and,
Oops. I
and
didn't
now
make
we
the
have
best.
this project to do, but it's free. We got free
Yeah.
mulch in our driveway in the middle of the summer. What an adventure!
Yes. Hello, this is Don.
And this is Gina with Focused Healthy Family.
And this is podcast number 175. And today we're calling it Chip Drop because we're going to talk about saving, we're going to talk about to-do list and a lot of different things that especially as you get older, you want to be able to kind of, I guess, correct or get in good shape, something like that.
Okay. So before we dive into our topic today and talk about chipdrop.com, like our story, do you
Well, we're
have
going to
some tips for us?
Well, first, yeah, the first is, and this comes from our friend at Caregiver 101, 101 ways to keep caregiving from making you crazy. This is tip number 56, and it's just about to-do list because we've got quite a bit of to-dos coming up here the next couple of weeks. But always do a to-do list. You are 37% more likely to accomplish a task if it is on your to-do list. Set priorities. Try the ABC method. A's are must do's, B's are would like to do's, and C's are those that they can't, C's are they can wait.
So I prefer to do a to-done list. And so I like to write out things that I have done, and you can either immediately cross them off to feel a sense of accomplishment. Yes, it's handy to have a list of things that we'd like to work on, but um,
I thought you said you're going to have a Don's list. You're talking about me. That's a different list, though, isn't it?
you said to do, I said to done.
I know. I heard I heard to Don.
So,
Put
but
that
it can
on.
be very helpful to write out what you've done and either cross it off or check mark it and be like, I've done these things already. Because we can get overwhelmed. If I look at a to-do list, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. I'm not going to do anything. Um, but having a list you can refer to, and for me, having my to-done list is helpful.
The down list.
Done, done.
So two jokes for you today.
Okay, what are the jokes?
Why did the piggy bank go to the gym?
Why did the piggy bank to go to the gym?
Because he wanted to build some financial muscle.
Ah, some financial muscle. Okay.
Second one is, how do money and time get along?
How do money and time get along? I don't know.
They always coincide. Coincide, coincide.
When you have to explain it,
I
it's
know
not
it
super
just
funny.
loses its ground right there.
I'll pick the jokes next time. So today, Don was reading the AARP magazine recently, and what does the article say?
99 great ways to save.
So saving money, looking around no matter what age we are, finding low cost ways to do things. And
Well, one of them was the one that
so
it's
this really happened yesterday. Don found this online, and the
it's
last time
called
we had a conversation, he said he wanted to put rocks out, and I said, I'd really rather have mulch. And you're like, why mulch? And then last night you told me, just like in the story. So I found this online and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, free mulch. And
it's called Get Chip Drop. I think I did it wrong in our intro, but uh, you go on, you basically sign up for it. There's no charge to it. I think I paid, there's a $20, and that's probably why we got it so fast, is because I paid the arborist cost, whatever it cost them $20 to cut it up or something like that. And so I paid that. But anyway, you want to finish the story? You started.
oh, that's okay. I was just going to the website. So yeah, it's a website called chipdrop.com and it's for gardeners as well as arborists. So when they have trees they have to cut down, they've got to do something with those chips. So they can go on and find places to dispense of them. And as a gardener, you can go on and sign up to have a load brought to you. They have a really funny video on their website called Why Chip Drop Probably Is Not For You. You don't know the size and the amount you're getting. You don't know when you're getting it. It could be that day. First thing the next morning, someone said it could be 6 or 7 weeks out. You do give them instructions of where to put it so that when they come, they put it where you want it. Um,
Well, and he didn't even put it exactly where I wanted. I was in kind of in shock when he, because it, like I say, it was probably about 8:30 this morning. Like I said, I filled this out yesterday afternoon.
yeah.
It might even been evening, and we get a knock on the door this morning. So you ordered some chips. Can you move your car so we can put them in? Like, oh, okay, yeah. And literally, they dropped a full. It's like a fairly large dump truck of stuff in our
Yeah, and
driveway.
from the video, it could have been more. Um,
Yeah, I know.
hopefully, it's not too excessive of what we need. A little challenged when you have an HOA in the neighborhood. I was thinking, when we lived at the old house, this would have been great. They just pull up to the top of the driveway, they dump
Yeah,
it. We could have
yeah.
taken our time spreading it out because we had extra property and so, yes,
Well,
we're not supposed to park our cars on the street overnight. We had to give the HOA a heads up. And
I thought of a way of getting out of that too. Tomorrow, when you guys go to work, I pull it in the driveway, and then when you guys come home, I put it back out, so it's not out there for 24 hours like they say. So they'll never be able
oh,
to.
I thought it was overnight, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still a challenge
Yeah,
because it's the middle of July. This is North Carolina. It's hot. It's humid.
didn't think through this
It's
really.
Monday. I work Tuesday through Friday,
Yeah,
and not the most ideal time yet. We've got free chips.
yeah. Well,
Free
we'll
wood
have to clean them
chips.
out too because there's a lot of stuff in between. But and there's a couple of logs in there that they try to get the logs out of it. But yeah, yeah it.
And I
We'll
don't know
get it.
what you pay for bags of wood chips at the store, but um,
They're like $6 or $7 is what I saw when I was at Lowe's the
for
other day.
but for what size bag? I mean,
Well, they're pretty small, but
yeah.
probably maybe
What
20 pounds or
just
something. I
thinking
don't
what
know.
yeah, we might have paid for what we got. But so now we have a little project to do, and it's sort of a lesson in planning and communicating with your partner. And, you know,
Well, I did communicate, just at the wrong time.
after you signed up for it, I'm glad you let me know last night and I didn't find out this morning. Um, and just knowing, we've got to take care of ourselves. So we have this, we went out there and started cleaning up some of the old pine straw, but it's hot right now, and we want to put down some weed barrier first, and so we need to purchase that. And so we have to think about, okay, we can't go out there and bust our butt and do a ton and hurt ourselves. But you and I both have just some general issues with our back and have to be cautious of doing things in a way that protects our joints, and also with the heat out there, not overdoing it. And neither of us need heat stroke, and
Yeah,
you already had your stroke, no heat stroke for you. And
you have to bring that back up.
so planning ahead and thinking about, this project, and yes, we can do it, and yes, we'll find a way. And the HOA, they'll be okay. We're not going to keep it in our driveway forever. And and we might have some mulch to share.
That's true. We could share with our neighbors.
Yes. I thought we could share on Facebook about the company, and everyone can have chips in their driveway, and we'll start a new trend.
Well, I mean, when at the old house across the Albemarle Road, there was a, a
Quarry.
quarry. They used to allow you to dump rocks.
Yes. Yeah, we got those at like no cost.
Did we do that? I don't remember if we did or not.
We
I
got them
think we
from
did.
somebody you knew. And we had, yeah, because our driveway was mostly a rock driveway, and we had rocks brought in and dumped in the driveway.
So there is, they these 99 things they talk about, there's a lot of good stuff in here, and like finding the chip thing that's a deal. It takes a while to get. Not actually didn't take a while to get that, but a lot of these different things, if you just really think around, you can find things that can probably save you money in doing things.
So share some of the other things. What else have you signed us up for, Don?
Have I signed up? Well, they go into, because they do about credit cards. They talk, well, in earlier in the magazine, they talk again about fraud again. And
Okay.
I really want to find somebody
Yeah,
that
we
can,
had some connections with people to talk about fraud, and they've fallen through. So if you're listening and you know someone who helps seniors with fraud, dealing with fraud, we'd love to have you on our podcast. So looking out for that. And so, like, pick another tip that's on there, Don, to tell us more about some other money saving tips.
well, one we've already done. It's considered getting a electric lawnmower.
Hmm.
Depending now, as you get older, you want to shrink down. Hopefully, you want to shrink down some of the size of what you have. We did it ourselves in getting a smaller yard,
Oh, okay.
but having something like that saves. It costs a little more, but you save a lot in gas and all, and plus the smell. Oh, that the
And we have an electric lawnmower, a leaf blower, a trimmer that all use the same battery. Um,
plus what's nice about the trimmer is that you detach the trimmer and it turns into a edger,
okay.
which I thought was really nice because I watch people, especially around here, older people trying to maneuver their thing to be able to cut do the edging.
Edging like a shovel. What do they maneuver?
Well, no, with a grass trimmer, I did it for a while
Oh,
before
using
I
the
did it,
grass
and my
trimmer.
God, it ours is tough enough as it is. It's long, and you'd have to turn it sideways and get to be able to do the edging on the yard, and this is so much
So it's
nicer.
an attachment that goes on to
Mhm.
the trimmer. And then yeah, so we have a couple products that all utilize the same battery system. So we charge up the batteries to have these for our lawn care needs.
Well, then it talks about turning down your water temperature. Now they
Okay.
talk about 140 and bringing it down to 120, and they can say you can save as much as $400 a year
On water heating
on water
costs.
heating, you know.
Okay. What other tips?
Well, let's see. Let me just don't fear the chat box. Some retailers like Walmart, Home Depot, and H&M offer 24/7 chat boxes that, oh, so in other words, to be able to answer your question. But to be honest with you, the chat boxes drive me crazy because I just want to talk to a rep, not on the chat box, you
But
know.
you just read, don't fear the chat boxes,
Yeah, well,
Don.
I'm fearing it now. No, they can answer questions if you have questions, but when you want to talk to somebody, it's a little
Well,
more.
and is it there were chat boxes that were people, but now
Oh,
stuff is
that's true
often
too. That
AI
now,
generated. Our son's girlfriend used to work for a company that did that and responded to people's questions about products, but yeah, is it AI generated versus a human? We don't know usually. So find another tip for us.
well, the other one, now this one, you've done this, and it kind of frustrated me, but now I look at it, they talk about unplugging your toaster, unplugging any kind of utensils, or not
Utensils?
utensils, but appliances and stuff,
Yes.
because it can still use the charging factor.
Ah, so it saves energy to unplug the
Yes.
appliances and it also reduces the safety risk of it getting
Well,
bumped
this
and turned on. So we get to unplug. Don turns lights out and I unplug appliances and we save energy.
well, the other thing we probably should really think about too,
Wait,
they talk about
something we can think about.
the things we can think about is unplugging the chargers for our phones and stuff. I know we leave them all on, but
Huh?
I've heard that they also can continue to use electricity. So another thing to kind of,
We could do an experiment. We could unplug everything at night.
it would be
Um,
nice to turn the Wi-Fi off too.
and uh,
Live a nice
and
silent
and
night.
see how much money it saves over time. Except we need to unplug our chargers during the day because I use my phone as an alarm, and if my phone dies at night, then I won't wake up.
Um,
Any other wonderful tips from this AARP
well, they go into pet
magazine?
care, and a lot of these that we get handled by our middle daughter will take care of a lot of this stuff. But
What suggestions do they have?
well, they talk about checking different organizations to get free or discount like vaccines for I know even where Abby works, they do a lower amount.
She works at a low cost clinic that does vaccines. You can even bring in
Stray
feral or
pets or whatever.
community
Yeah.
cats. They supply the live trap. You bring them in. It's either no cost or like very low cost to get animals spayed and neutered. Even your own pets, though, you can do basic general pet care there. There are some other, look in your area for low cost clinics because a veterinary um, can cost a lot to take care of your pet. And yet it's also very therapeutic and wonderful to have pets in your life. But you want to keep up with their care. So look around for low cost if you're in the greater Charlotte area. Stand for Animals has 3 locations in Pineville, in Charlotte, and one in Mooresville. And they offer everything they do dental services, spay, neuter, um, very simple surgeries, updated care. You can purchase like a puppy package. I don't know if they have a kitten package too. You pay so much, you come in for all the routine visits that you need for your animals. Um, so yeah, look around for low cost ways. What resources are out there to help?
When they go into car care, something that I need to think about that I've always been one to not use synthetic oils when I change oil. I've just gone with the regular, but they talk about in here that synthetic oils they can make they last longer. Um, they can actually make you perform better.
They can
Something.
make you perform better.
Okay, then.
They can make the car perform better.
Yeah, I'm just hearing my sound going that I need to lower my sound down. I think I got a little too high here.
Okay. Don and I are in the same room here, still juggling our microphone situation and getting
Someday,
the
yeah, we're gonna
best
get this.
option. We've tried many different things, different types of microphones to be able to record.
Yeah,
So yeah, check out the latest AARP magazine. I think I don't know how much do we pay for our AARP membership?
it was cheap. I think it was $9 or $10 a year,
Okay. So
and
we
then
get
you
these
were
magazines.
included with it.
Yes, and I am 55 now, so I noticed at the movie theater last night, we can get the senior rate to go see movies. Of course, we went to the low-cost movie theater. Um, Something else, another way to save money, going matinee. But there are discount movie theaters in the different areas. When we were in Charlotte, there was one, it would play the movies after they had been out for a while. But we have a great, just revitalized, what's the word? They restored
You talk
a,
about the gem,
a
right?
really old movie theater in Kannapolis, North Carolina. Um, and it costs under $4 a ticket for us to go during the day. And the best part is concessions are cheap too, like $2 for a drink and popcorn compared to what you pay in the movie theater. So we got to go out and enjoy the new Superman movie. All six of us went. And yeah, what would that have cost if we'd gone to a regular theater, even with regular
Oh
theater
yeah, with
matinee prices? Obviously we have streaming services and ways to watch movies at home, but it's fun to get out sometimes and fun to go see a movie on a big screen, and it can be a fun activity to do, and it can be economical if you have a low cost theater in your area.
well, that's one other thing they talk about in here is that AARP has adult movie night,
Okay.
where I'm trying to think where they put it on to where you can find it free, but it's another they pick out ones that were specifically for adults, not 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 in the direct not in the
Let's call it
direction that
senior movie night. So is this a streaming platform where you can see the
that's why they
movie?
have the XXX after that. Now I know.
Um, so where do you watch these
Well,
movies?
I'll have to let me
Is
look
it
it
a
up, see
local
if I can find it.
location? I mean, you senior centers, look for senior centers in your area. There's often free and low low or no cost activities going on, from exercise to classes to resources to speakers to movie nights to meals. There are senior centers that serve meals.
Well, think about, I mean, I joined the Y, and it's the Silver Sneakers program, and I have a free membership that I
Depending
go.
on what your Medicare insurance is,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I think it's pretty much all of them for what I can understand, but,
And so, yeah, he didn't pay for his Y membership. So,
and I'm using it somehow.
and you are, and you're going regularly after you finish cardiac rehab and are keeping up your exercise routine. Um, any other big pointers from that magazine that you want to share, or
Well, it's, I, when they first said, but joining this, and you fight that
joining AARP?
because they start you at like 45 to
50.
50 years old. They're hitting you with it, and you don't want to do it. But now that I joined it, I get a lot out of the magazine. Oh, we do a lot in broadcasting and putting it out there, but there's still a lot of good stuff in it. They've talked, like I say, they keep talking about all the fraudulent, how much it's growing, and they're talking about the text messages now we get. Now I don't know if you've seen them, but I get the messages of this. We found your resume, and
Mhm.
there's this job, and it pays $500 for the first week or something like that. It's just
Right.
and these are all pretty much
And so
fraudulent.
it's important to stay up to date with the latest things that are happening. And so the magazine shares some insights about things going on. Yeah, I just got told that I was highly qualified for a job at Target based on my resume. And I was like, interesting. Are
Hey,
they
me,
hiring
OT.
occupational therapists at Target now? Or Well, the big one that's going around here is you get, and I don't know if other states have this, but you get a text message that says this is your final notice from the North Carolina DMV that you have
Oh,
an overdue fine, right? And you think, oh my goodness, we have some toll roads in the area, and I think, is there a toll that I need to pay? And yeah, there's just so many ways, and they target older people. There definitely is. Younger people can get caught into this. My brother just told me my niece, who's in her 20s, got caught up in something. And well, even our daughter got things in the mail about
her car finances and
car
stuff.
insurance or what do you call that? Warranty. And she bought it. She has a brand new car. It's got its own warranty. And right, we need to watch out for because it can cost us money. Um,
Well, yeah, just to keep in mind, and I'm pretty sure this is what Social Security told me some time ago that they will not text you or email you. They will send you a letter with any kind of indication, so you don't have to fall for any of these Social Security scams that might be out there and things like that. But I always think about whatever, if it's your bank, if it's a credit card, if it's any of these, call the bank. I mean, this is the old-fashioned way of doing it, but call them and find out, is
yeah,
this true?
don't and be you got to be careful what you click on. If you pick up the phone, it's just saying yes or no. They can record your voice and use that in ways to get you signed up for things that you didn't intend. I work in the senior population at an independent living community, and I have residents there who say they don't answer the phone if they don't know who it is, which is smart. And yet she was waiting for a call back from a doctor. So I'm like, pick up the phone because you're waiting on this call. If it's not the doctor, and she was polite, and somebody called when I was there and it was soliciting something, and she was very polite about it. But you don't need to be polite. You can just hang up. You
Yeah,
can say no, thank you, and hang up. You don't really need to say anything. If you're waiting for a call, you're not sure who's going to come call through. But yeah, unfortunately, there just are a lot of ways that people are getting scammed and, having their money taken and falling for different um, things that look legitimate, but they're not. I know you taught me years ago about looking at an envelope to determine if it's pre-sorted,
yeah,
because
if
it'll be
it's
like final notice, and maybe we've gotten more familiar with things in the mail because those of us who grew up before the internet. But you still get some things like that. And because mail is less frequent, I guess that's why our daughter went, oh, this is something I've got to do. And
yeah,
paying attention to that. Is this really coming from who it says it's coming from? Um, Ask
and
young people in your life. If I'm not sure, I screenshot a text message, send it to my kids, and say, this is spam, right? And they're like, yes, mom. Don't click on it. Don't go there.
that's when you feel old. Yeah,
And that's okay.
yeah.
Reach out to the people who can help you and support you, because it's a whole lot easier to reach out and ask and maybe feel a little embarrassed than to find yourself in a situation where you've, signed up for something, you've paid an amount, you can't get the money back, people get your information. I mean, this has happened twice to you, Don. We've talked about this, I think, before when we've covered talking about fraud and um, watching out for um, people taking your identity in other ways.
Well, and especially right now with all the stuff that's going on, the Medicare and Social Security are going to be targets for people to use to try to. So just be very careful of how what you're requesting, what they're asking for. Don't I wouldn't put my credit card out there or my Social Security, any of that number, unless you know for exactly sure who it is that's sending this.
Right, with all the changes happening, yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. They could be targeting, and they're not. Medicare and Social Security, they're not going to just send you text messages and things. So,
Well, and then I've been getting these weird things like, somebody just texted me and said, "How you doing today?" Like, don't answer that. If it's a friend, they're going to put their name on it. They're going to identify themselves. If they can't do that, then they can, if it is a friend that said that for some reason and you don't recognize a number or something, they'll call you back if they want to, or they'll,
yeah.
you know,
Well, so this happens on Facebook and Messenger too. Somebody, I don't know, they copy someone's account. So you get this message. It has your friend's name on this. This happened to me
oh,
years
yeah,
ago, and you think it's coming from them. And she started telling me about a way to get grants for money. We were trying to raise money for something, some services I think one of our kids needed. And she's talking about all this, and I'm going back and forth for a while about this, not realizing this wasn't really her, although in the back of my mind I was slightly suspicious. But come to find out, it's not really my friend who's messaging me this information. And, they want to act now and make a decision now, which is what finally triggered me that, because I was very excited about this opportunity. I'm like, oh wow, there's a grant out there. Okay, this is awesome. This is exactly what I need right now, right? If it shows up at that time in your life. Um, so I mean, that's something I'm sure people are still not realizing that that happens, that you get a friend request from somebody and it's someone has spoofed their account. I don't know how they do that. So you always want to reach out to that person in another fashion. And because I messaged her and found out that it was not coming from her. Someone had done this to her account. And so, yeah, these things are real and they're happening. And unfortunately, the people out there doing these things are inventing new ways. So it's ever changing that we need
Mm.
to be aware of what's happening, what ways are, and it's really a shame, right? There's these people out there with these talents to hack and do all these things, and can't they use it for a better service to support people rather than using it for fraud and ways to steal people's money? Yet, so talk to your grandchildren, reach out to your children, let them help you. These things are not something that we grew up dealing with. Things are very different now in the world. Um, and so yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember ever getting when I was a kid. You didn't get prank calls. You didn't get that kind of. You didn't have telemarketing back then.
I was going to say, when I had sleepovers with my friends, we made prank calls.
Yeah,
We'd go through
is
the
your
phone book and call someone, is your refrigerator running?
is
Well,
Sir
you
Walter
better go
Raleigh?
catch it.
What's the other one? Sir Walter Raleigh in a can or something like that. You better get him out or
Right.
stuff
But
like that.
those were just comical pranks and not ways to fraud people. I mean, there's other methods that people were stealing and fraudulent things. Yet with technology, it affords us the ability to do so much, like be live with someone else across the world on Zoom, or and yet, we have to be cautious of the downside of things and the things that can be happening around us. So
Yeah,
if you're over 50, sign up for your AARP magazine or other resources that to stay informed, and it doesn't have to cost you a lot of money to do it.
well, yeah, and they talk about joining, being active and getting involved with like senior, like we have senior, what do you call it? Like
Senior center.
senior centers and getting involved with that, volunteering, doing that kind of thing. If you're not still trying to earn a wage and you got something you want to do, there's one way to be able to volunteer and help other.
And you can still do that if you're earning a wage. It's a
That's
way of
true
getting
too.
involved. If you're new to your community, if you're trying to make connections with other people, maybe you're so busy with your job, taking care of kids, aging loved ones, juggling lots of different demands. There's online community connections too that can be made. But it can be great to just get out in your local community and attend something in
Well, starting to
person.
get to know your neighbors too, get to know,
Yeah, have
and
have Chip Drop jump a bunch of mulch
that's
in your driveway, and
and
maybe
share them with the
you'll get
neighbors.
to know your neighbors even more. Find out the ones who are not happy. So that's our podcast for today. We hope you have enjoyed it and found some useful information in the different tips and things that we've shared today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment, give us feedback. Wherever you're listening to this, you can like it. You can always hear us anywhere you hear podcasts, as well as on YouTube, where we do the video version of this. You can see our mulch in our driveway.
Tell us about your mulch.
Um, and we're here to help you caring for your aging loved one, caring for yourself, your children, your parents, and navigating that journey. Um, Be on the lookout for more Ask the OT information, resources, and the consulting that Don and I can do. Don has been doing his tapping every Tuesday night. Tell us, Don.
Every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do a group tapping session. It's a free session. You can be part of it. You can just come and do the tapping. You can share in what might be bothering you that we can work through also. It's a great time to just kind of let go for the week, for the time.
And you can learn more about tapping and what's involved with that at our website at focused with an ed healthyfamily.com. You can find us on Facebook at Focused Healthy Family, Instagram Focused Healthy Family 1, YouTube at Focused Healthy Family. Join us each Thursday when we air another podcast. Please reach out if you have a topic of interest that you'd like to hear, or you know someone that'd love to be on our podcast to have a discussion. And remember, how you speak to your children and your loved ones today shapes their future and yours.